randomly resuming this. I don't know why now, but I can make it a bit farther on save now. Okay. Your degree on your boat Paragon doesn't really matter, but I'm still gonna go max cash slider. Degree 76. Now, with all this other stuff, we're, uh, we're still gonna be making pretty insane cash. Yeah, like we beat that round without using any abilities. Or at least our defense is pretty good, and we generate enough money, and we generate 20k cash. Also, I now know that the Monkeypolis isn't even close to, wasn't built even close to optimally. Like it just wasn't at all. That, like, basically, like, I would have got rid of, like, temple buff, of my, and got past my thing, past it, and I don't remember if I used a tier 3 thing or tier 4 Desperado, but if I used a tier, but if I used a tier 3 Desperado, tier 4 would have just been better. Better, like it's like it just gives a superior range increase. Mm. These and my spot wasn't that good. Mm. And yeah, I think there were other other range buffs I could have given him that I'm just that like I think a temple buff would have affected the Monkeypolis, but I'm not sure. And maybe I did that, but I know there, but there's probably things I don't even know now that would increase my Monkeypolis range even further. Yeah, the fact that the rope Paragon and gives you gives you a whole second ability, a whole second I can boat stack or boat money making buff instead of us just increasing the limit is like so insane. Like, yeah, all of my boats make over 1,500 at the end of the round. And of course, the boat Paragons version of the buff stacks X extra times. Make sure it's recording. How's my texture Paragon on my texture pop soon? But Crucible of Steel I'm playing wasn't really that good. But it's the Paragon I unlocked, so I'm going for it. Well, obviously I also unlocked this guy. But yeah. I think in the end, the fact that my Monkeypolis wasn't optimal isn't gonna matter because like the money generation is like so insane. Like each one of these votes has generated at least 5K already. And over its life, each one of these farms has generated over 100K. And this Banana Central has generated almost 1 million. The Sewer Monkey has generated over 500,000. So like, money is not an issue. Like, there's no money problems here. Mm. 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 But, like, prices are, like, it's like, it's, it's mostly because of the really low prices on the UZ that allowed me to get this much farming stuff. Have, have, but like, even on hard mode, if you were to play a really, really long game of balloons, you could eventually get this. You could eventually get a God Infinite tier Infinite Money setup. It'd just be really late into the game, and, to the point where you would where it might not. Where you need most of the Paragons already. Just to survive long enough to get the full setup one. Because like I think of Banana Central on hard mode, I would like that's already that alone is the price of like an easy mode Paragon. Mm-hmm. Okay. Need to waste 600K on attack upgrades. Input menu. This one's on glitch just canceled for. So current values. Okay. Okay, it's a little. On average, it's gonna be around 2K per. So like for 100K, I need 50, which isn't any. But 100K isn't anywhere near the full 600K. Wait, I don't think that's happening. Geez, here we go. But I hope the Paragon calculators have been updated because like one of the main things I discussed in the previous video was that every single Paragon calculator is updated. Like, okay, I could tell because the amount of cash slider you could put in was way more than what any of the websites said. Was the cap. Paragons are silly because trying to get uh, them to a decent at a strong enough degree to actually be better than just a bunch of T5s, right? It's for the same cost. You us you basically need to just make their us completely take over your defense of that tower for a couple rounds. Which means that going for a Paragon is always a terrible short-term decision. Decision when you first start the degree getting process. Because as you can see, I need to spend tens of thousands on freaking blade maelstroms. Like obviously not every upgrade you're gonna be forced to spam by is gonna be as useless as a blade maelstrom. But you get the general idea. Actually, blade maelstroms may actually be pretty really good for increasing the pop count because of their global range ability. So you can see most of the tank shooters don't have any pop, but like a couple of them got a few thousand, and this one has 500,000. Okay. If this was still the social seasons event, which like the perks are still active, but the actual event isn't. But if it was still active, active and with that active, this would have been unbelievably helpful if the usability is cool. Mm. Mm. Oh my god. Now we pretty much all have over 1,000 pops. Some have multiple thousand. This random one has 33,000. The pops are in the thousands. This one towards the one is 24k. This very first one is 42k. This is 29k. Okay, yeah. In total, we're getting like in total we're getting like 20,000 pops. We're getting thousands of pops per round. Yeah, we're getting thousands of pops per round with this. Like across all these tax shaders, well over like at least 20,000 pops per round in total across all these guys. But when people mention their live stream's bitrate tanking, I tend to wonder what that is. I think I understand that. I think, but like, I think it has something to do with how much is going on screen. So like, I like that might be tanking, but I don't really have a good enough understanding of what it is to say for sure. But what I do know is this is like because this videos are stored as pixels moving, this moving, all the moving and changing. I think changing all these abilities is probably causing a straight up just insane amount of changes that's gonna make that combined with and, with me and with making sure the video is of somewhat decent video quality is probably gonna make the file size pretty huge. Like obviously it's not gonna be quite the same file size as if like the game had came as like obviously it's not nearly the file size as if like all the projectile videos were different colors, for example. Then that would take a truly ridiculous amount of storage on my computer. So I could have max cash ladder and all this sacrifice of all these pops. My opinion, we can always add more sacrifices and more pops. I'm not gonna feel good dedicating this much to getting tax shooter Paragon. Man, and only to mine, and if it's not gonna be insanely powerful. Oh, relative to other tax shooter Paragon. Who's behind the mask? Too afraid to ask. Ride like a hurricane. Green thunder in the rain. Now I'm gonna bounce. This is stage already. Thank God thank God I'm the set you can turn on tower placement snapping. Ride How do you have 136,000 pops, Ellie Violet? Oh yeah, because you follow my Krister. It's been so many rounds. I've kinda accidentally made you go into the perfect position a couple times when there's a ton of balloons. Yeah. He just kinda, or maybe it's just because he's just been here so long that he just naturally accumulates a ton of pops. I don't know. His tag shooter alone is 63k. This one has 98k. $121k. Okay, now last time this one was the best one, so it still is. Also 121k. Still, like, we have hundreds of thousands of pops here. Like, yeah. Oh my god. The tier 5s playing plus all these, like our total pops count is probably around 1.5 million. But it can always go higher. Look at me, I'm full of bravery. Fortune smiles across the depths of space. You'll know Mr. Ellsbury, and my name when I write it all over your face. Such a so such a good song. But yeah, I don't know why sometimes just saying out random parts of random songs. This is something I kind of do sometimes. How does this Super Monkey of 27 million bucks from just showing the winner? How are the Paragons doing? Boomerang 16 mil. Dart 40 mil. Okay, so having a degree 61 Dart Paragon is very useful. And Boat. Boat is always the monkey star. Boat Paragon always gets the most pops. That's just the truth of BTD6 hyper late game. Like, no matter what's actually doing the best, Boat Paragon's always gonna get the most pops. Like, it just insta kills way too much stuff. Like, all the stuff that you'd have no trouble with dealing with, like, everything you'd have no trouble dealing with anyway, either way, he insta kills. And like at this point in the game, like a Zone G, he gets like 50,000, he gets like 100,000 pops from. But like the only other tower that or that ever has any chance to be your monkey star in one of these runs is Azili. Really, because if you're really good at microwaving her, she can be pretty much entirely responsible for killing the bads on the last few rounds. And extremely late in game. Like, round 300 plus is he starts to become the best tower in the game. But only if you're willing to repeatedly sell and rebuy her. And even then, she's probably only the best tower, but she's arguably worse than degree 100 Boat Paragon until like another 50 rounds. later. So like yeah, Azalea is only the best tower in the game and ultra hyper extreme late game. So should help me defend for a bit longer. I'm gonna get the the Paragon at the end of round 199 for maximum suspense because I've decided this is a until round 200 video. Yeah, when round 199 ends, that's when you see what that's when you get the Paragon and see what it is. Okay, this is the start of the round up. Yeah, no, we'll finally get the Paragon. But like, I don't know why they made the boat Paragon so good. Like, it just hooks in and like, and I'm talking purely from a how much it pops standpoint. Like, I mean, like in terms of overall best, prob probably the Ninja Paragon because it just because it just because it's the only Paragon that just straight up makes the because it and the Ice Paragon are the only Paragons that just straight up make the balloons weaker and weaker. And unlike the Ice Paragon, it has decent damage, which and it gives map wide camo detection. Okay, it's time for the I should have waited one more round. Wait. Yes. So, I'm gonna get more pops. This is no longer till round 200 video. I'm going a couple more rounds. Look at me, look at me. I'm sorry how we found the piano. One more. Just in case cash spent wasn't maxed out yet. I do think it's mostly just cops that need to be improved on though. It's crazy just how much better Golden Justice is than the other Desperados. Like the other two, the other two Desperado tier fives really need a buff because right now, if you want a damage tower, Golden Justice. If you want a money making tower, Golden Justice. That's this. If you want a tower that provides support to your money making towers, also Golden Justice. Like it's literally the best Desperado path at everything. Like it'll it'll be really hard for them to make a Desperado Paragon because like they gave everything to Golden Justice already. Like it's just too strong. Like it's just too good compared to the other Desperado Paragons. I mean the tier fives. Yeah. Like. Have more space for more play. Okay, finally get degree 80. No, but it's really, really close. In case you're an extremely casual balloons player watching this and don't know, how every 20 Paragon degrees is a pretty big is a it gets a it gets a it gets a boost way bigger than each of the than the average Paragon degree. Yeah. So, who knew getting a high Paragon degree would mean spamming making this ability over 100 times in a row. Well, some rounds are really short like that, so some like 5 times. But still, like every long round, we're using this ability at least 30 times. Yes! Already 250k pops in just this one round. We're gonna give this thing 5 rounds to prove itself. But by the way, when titling my last video, I completely forgot it ended on round 161. Like, which is why this run starts on round 162. That. So, yeah. Bye. I think I'm gonna need to basically unlock every Paragon if I want to get further. But, yeah.